Good evening, everybody. Hope you're doing well. It is a Monday night, and I decided to record a little bit, even though I think my audio is way off. Again, I'm not a techie, but welcome y'all. It's Monday. Most of our country's been blanketed by snow and ice and frigid cold temps. For those that don't know, I'm out of Wisconsin. And it has been unbearably cold here the last 3 days. 4 days, actually, I guess. Today's Monday. I think Friday we had gone in with minus 40-degree wind chills. This morning we had some in the minor 30s. Much of our friends, though, and much of the nation to the south, facing a lot of tough days ahead. They got hit with heavy rains, hit with the ice and the snow. So to all of our friends throughout the Mid-South into Kentucky, Tennessee, and Arkansas and Louisiana, everybody there just got blanketed. Our friends in Texas, wish you all the best. So I decided tonight, it was kind of a hell of a Monday. Decided I wanted to have a couple of pours, and I thought it might be good to do it and do a blind. And so I grabbed 4 ryes, and I probably could have grabbed another 4 more that would fit within this category. I went with stuff that was all north of 120 proof. Not all are single barrels. I do believe one is. And what will we be sampling tonight will be a Old Forrester green label, and this comes out of warehouse K in floor 1. So started from the bottom. The next one is going to be the Heaven Hill green to glass, which that one comes in at 123.2. I think the Old Forrester, let me look at that. That one's coming in around 128. And then I have the Sazerac Foolproof, which comes in at 125. And then I have what is one of my favorite ryes ever. This is a 2024, I believe. Yeah, I think this is 2024 or 2023. Forget. Thomas H. Handy. The 124.9 proof. So if anybody knows which one that is exactly, let me know. So I thought I'd blind them. I'm going to warm up a little bit with a lower proof rye. Just to kind of get my palate going. Had dinner just a little bit ago, but nothing crazy. And what I'm warming up with is the E.H. Taylor straight rye, which is 100 proof. I didn't want to go over the top and blow out my taste buds. So that's where we're going to start with this E.H. Taylor. And man, it's just easy, smooth. It's not real, doesn't pack the biggest punch. And I think that's, again, just because of the proof. So again, I'm not one that does a lot of blinds or reviews. I simply just drink what I find myself enjoying. And those of you who watch other reviewers, I don't know if you're like me, but again, I sit there often and I wonder, are they just speaking out the side of their mouth? Or is this something that they really believe? I got to take one of these off, it's killing me. That they really smell that, they taste that. When you get into some of the real finer details of some of the scents or the nose that hits you. Like I said, when somebody starts talking about baking spices, they're talking about coriander or is it anise? You know, we all get the traditional, the oak, We get vanilla scents. We might even get some fruit smells, some of that sweetness you get with some of these ryes. But for me, I thought I'd just give my review and figure out which one of these four, again, with the old Forrester single barrel, Heaven Hill grain to glass, the Saz Rye, and the Thomas H. Handy, which one of those and those four comes out to be my favorite tonight. Because I'll be honest with you, that favorite tonight may not be the favorite next week. May not be the favorite tomorrow. And for those, you know, the price points on these are all over the map. Handy, I think retail now is like 170. Secondary market, I've seen several going for under 400, and it's nice to see that bubble, that market correcting. The Sazerac Rye, I think most of us should be able to find that for about $40, as long as someone's not trying to gouge. Heaven Hill grain to glass, anywhere from, gosh, I want to say $94.99 to, I think, almost up to $109.99. I think if you jump into the Chinkapin release that came out, that runs a little bit higher in price, maybe $130. And then the old Forrester green label, I've been finding these lately right around $99. I know some places are a little bit more scarce, so people are paying a little bit higher. But again, it all depends on your market. There's a lot of people that want to tell you, oh, the MSRP must be this. And that's bullshit, because it's all subject to their market. Where we live here in the Madison area, our prices are 15 to 20% higher than they are in Milwaukee. And that's strictly because of distribution. I talked with several store owners who say their stores in the Milwaukee area can end up getting the same bottle that might cost them $130. They're going to end up getting it for about $110. And so that's pretty significant. That's not all across the board. It's on certain brands, but market fluctuations and market pricing does exist. So I always find it interesting on some of these pages when folks get on there and they try to blast somebody for what they paid on something, that they overpaid, or there's no way they paid that low. It's like, well, it's subject to what your knowledge of your market is. And again, a lot of people like to put their opinion out there as if that's the gospel. And I will tell you straight up, 100%, that is not the way I roll with these. I truly enjoy just sipping these and giving my opinion. So we'll start with it. My first one here, I'm working a left to right. My wife did a little switcheroo on me, so I don't know which is which. I just know that these are the four bottles I'm sampling. Sorry, I keep looking around because I hear somebody in my basement, but I just don't know where they are. She's so afraid to be on camera. She's crawling across the floor, but the camera's not even facing you. Okay. So you're okay. Oh, wow. That's a good nose. There's a sweetness in there. Almost kind of a youthfulness, though, too. Go to the second one. I'm going to nose all of them first. Figure out what it's been going. I almost feel like I've sniffed out already the Handy and the Sazerac, which, not because my nose is that great, just because they smell so uniquely similar. Oh, and then you throw that in there. Again, I'm a person who, again, on the nose, unless it's a certain scent, I really have a hard time picking up on what it might be. And I think, again, that's just from numerous nose injuries, deviated septum. You see that thing, that's not straight. It's got pretty good lean. And that's after a doctor fixed it. So, ooh. It's got a little bit of heat on it. It's got a little bit on the back. I may have took a little bit too big of a pour. Kind of a wuss when I do these. I like to get into that second and third. We'll move on to the second. Oh, wow. Nose on that really kind of, it's softer than the first one. A little bit more subtleness to it. I get a little bit of a, what is that? What is that flavor I want to describe? Right before I swallow, it hits about mid-tongue. I almost get like a grape note. Boy, the nose on this one pops off a little bit better. Wow. I feel like, again, that was the third one. And I feel like it's very similar to number two. I'm sorry, to number one. But I could be off. I'm not sure. I feel like that second one has something different in it. Wow. That is, man, these are, I'm dumbfounded right now. You know, I poured these, and again, I stepped out of the room. My wife did the old switcheroo. I don't even know which Glen I poured into. Two of my Glens are actually both bullets. One is from a local bar, and then one's a plain. And I can't tell you which one is which at the moment. Now, I thought maybe I'd remember, and I don't. I look at the legs and the oils that we come off of, and I can tell you that the fourth one has legs that are just still running down it. And it is absolutely fabulous. Ooh, something familiar about that one there. That makes me think it's, yeah, I'm gonna wait. Make myself look like a fool right from the start and tell you, oh, that one's this, and not even close. You know, there's not a bad one in the bunch. I think off the initial, just the legs, the oiliness, that mouthfeel, four really popped well for me. I should have invited my buddy Brandon over. He loves ryes. To use the phrase, he's a rye guy. And he'll tell you every time. I love the guy. But boy, he'll likes to tell you that he's a rye guy. Me, I'm just a whiskey fella. I don't know, folks. I look at these others, and they coat well as well, but something about fours was a different kind of coating, different kind of mouthfeel. I should just look. I'm going to pull the sheet. Okay. So shockingly, I thought 3 and 1 were very similar, and they're not. I would have told you that I thought the second one was my least favorite, at least in this blind. Nothing bad about it. It's just this one. And the second one is the old Forrester. The number 3, which I loved, felt very familiar again, and I tasted it. I thought it was kind of a Heaven Hill, and it is the Heaven Hill. Number 4 and number 1 are the Handy and the Sazerac Rye Foolproof. Now, I commented on the legs on glass 4, just how oily it was, the mouth coat, the mouth feel. And I think we can get the same here. I'm looking through my light here, and very similar coat. And after sipping all those, 4 was right there tonight. I can't say it was better than 1, but it was just as good. And 1 is no slouch. And 1 is actually the Thomas H. Handy. 4 is that Sazerac Rye Foolproof, which floors me. Because I've had some other friends say that they thought that Saz Rye Foolproof could go up against the Handy. And I thought it was bullshit. Truly, truly did. You know, different age statements. I think the Rye Foolproof, the Saz Foolproof is a bit younger. But man, it punches well for its weight. I got no complaints about that $40 bottle. And in knowing how readily available it is, maybe not all the way across the nation. I know here in Wisconsin, it's been seen very, I guess, in a limited basis. But again, you're talking a $40 bottle versus a $160 to $170 bottle, which 95% of us will never buy at that price because it's a BTAC and it's going to hit the secondary market. So I don't think you can go wrong at all with that Sazerac Rye Foolproof. And if you have the opportunity to blind them, give it its true shot and get past that preconceived notion of what it's supposed to taste like or what you think it should taste like, and let it speak for itself based off of just the taste. And actually, we'll go back off of the nose, off of the palate, and the finish. But that one really came out well. I'm a bit disappointed in the old Forrester because I am an OFO fan. I keep several bottles of green, blue, and black labels of the old Forresters, as well as their other normal shelfers. The Heaven Hill grains to glass, I've heard mixed reviews on those with at least the rye. I can tell you for me, the wheater is amazing, and the Chinkapin wheat, out of this world. Holy shit. But again, to have a Thomas H. Handy Sazerac and the Sazerac Rye Foolproof, those, I'm pretty impressed there, because we are dealing with stuff that is basically 1 proof point apart, 1/10 of a proof point apart. And the age, again, I'm not sure. I'm almost certain Sazerac is younger than the Handy, but can't go wrong again with the $40 bottle. Well, I know my reviews are pretty elementary. I'm just going to give you the bare bones of what I'm tasting and feeling and what you might be able to find and buy. So if you don't like it, hey, don't watch it. And if you leave me a comment that's real rude, I'll probably just ignore you. But if you want to be supportive of somebody just trying to do something different, come on now, join in. At some point, maybe, like I said, and I get past 2 to 5 fans, maybe I'll do a live stream and we can bullshit, or I'll get my buddies in here and we'll all sip some whiskey together and enjoy it, because there's lots of whiskey to be drank and we got nothing but time when it's winter in Wisconsin. To all my friends in the Mid-South and the very deep South, I hope you're staying safe. Thinking of you all, that your homes are safe, your families are safe, and that life gets back to normal for you here before you know it. Have a great night.